Welcome back to 30-Minute SEO. We're in week 3 here. Just a little review. The first week we kind of set up our house. We got our house in order. We got our website built correctly. We did our tags, our navigation, and basically we set up our site to be right for the search engines to begin with. Next, in week 2, we went ahead and we created all of our content. And now in week 3, we're going to take that content and we're going to spread our seed. Lesson 1, we're going to take the article that we made last week and we're going to go ahead and submit that out. We're going to optimize it and submit it. Then we're going to move on. We're going to do the same with our press release. In lesson 3, we're going to do the same with video. And then we're going to go out to the directories and we're going to directly submit our site to directories. And then we're going to come back and we're going to link it all together. And this is where we're going to take that lonely little site out in cyberspace and we're going to turn it into a blockbuster. It's going to be an authority site when we're done. So let me give you a visual on this. Let's go over and take a look. Now this is our site just when we first build it and first put it on the web. Now most SEOs, they'll just go out and they'll do this. They'll just get some incoming links to the site. But for us, that's just not quite good enough. So wait till you see what your site's going to look like after this week. Now first step is article marketing, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to place our article out on the internet, and then rather than linking back to our site directly, we're going to link to that article. And again, just hang tight with me here for a minute because you're going to see what this is all going to do for you. But in essence, by linking to this article rather than straight to our website, we're actually taking this article, it's on an article directory that already has high page rank and authority, and we're giving our particular page on that directory a lot of link juice. So this article is probably going to go to the top of the search engines long before our little site will. But what's going to happen is it's all this link juice that's going here, we're passing right through to here. So it's going to drag our site up with it. But in the meanwhile, this article is going to be in the top of the search engine and it's going to be getting us some visibility right up front. Now most people never experience this because they just don't do it this way. They might put the article out there. A lot of people article market, but nobody thinks to link to their articles to really drive their article to the top. So the only traffic that they get is just the traffic they get from the article directory. But we want that search engine traffic. We want the search engines to absolutely not only love our site, but love every piece of content that we put out on the web. So lesson 1 is going to make your site look like this. And then we're going to move to lesson 2. Now we're going to add into the mix a press release. Going to do the same thing. We're going to link to the press release. Now the press release isn't necessarily going to go to the top of Google and stay there for very long. It might go for a week. It might go for a couple of days. I've seen them as long as a month stick at the top. But eventually that press release is going to go away, but it's still passing all this authority through to you. So don't worry about it that this piece runs out of the search engine pretty quickly. It's still going to be passing all that love and that authority over to our main site. Now lesson 3, we add our video in here. And our video, same thing. We add the links to the video and you can see what's happening. All this stuff is pushing everything to our site, and it's also pushing our content pieces to the top of the search engine. Now we take this one step further and we add the directory submissions on top of all of that. And now we've just got stuff coming in from every angle. And at this point, this is where we go back to where everyone else starts. And we add straight links to our site. Now, at the end of the week, it's going to look like a bomb went off. And your site's right in the middle. Everything out here is pushing its way into you. Now, when the search engines see this, they go, my God, that site must be really popular. And they give you authority, page rank, and position. So this is what's going to make your site climb to the top, and eventually your site should be at the top with all these other pieces below. And that's where we get the SEO domination factor. That's where you can dominate the search results. Instead of just getting your site listed, we want all your content listed, and we want all that content pushing all of its authority back to your site so it becomes number one. So hopefully you can see the difference here, the way most people do it. Here's the way I do it. You choose. And also, you have to agree with me, this really was not very difficult to do. And this was just doing it once. You could come back, if you really want to knock this thing to the moon, you can come back and you could create a different video and a different article. The directory links, you really only need to do that once. But you can come in here, you can add more links, you can add more videos, more articles, more press releases. And you could really just explode this thing out so there's no white space left. So it's all up to you. This will do the job for most sites, but if you get into a really competitive industry and you're going after competitive keywords, you just have to do more of the same. So that being said, let's go ahead and move into submitting our article. Now we want to start off back over at eZine Articles. And you should be fairly familiar with this site because you should have spent some time on here last week in your article lesson. But what I'm going to do, you can't see it in the top right here, but there's a sign in button, and there's also a create a free account. So what you want to do, if you haven't done this already, is you do the join now and create your free account, and you go ahead and you just fill all this information out to create an account for yourself. And you will notice this is really a high quality article directory, and it says right up here, members are allowed 10 initial article submissions, and then if your articles meet their quality standards, then you qualify for a platinum status, and that's where you can submit all the articles you want. And they just want to review your articles and make sure that you're not just posting junk. If you do good stuff, you'll go ahead and you'll automatically earn the platinum status, and then you can really start cooking. But in some cases, if you've got a niche market and your keywords are not real competitive, 10 articles is going to be probably all you need. So no need to worry about that. But if you really want to get aggressive and do multiple sites and all that, just make sure you put really good stuff in here, at least for your first 10, and get that platinum status, and then you'll be off to the races. So go ahead and log in, or go ahead and create your account. And then once you're logged in, under the article manager, you can just go ahead and click submit a new article. And then the first thing you do is you choose your category. So I chose health and fitness, and then in the subcategory I noticed that they don't have a hemorrhoid subcategory here. So one thing that tells me is that this niche isn't really hammered, or they'd actually have a category for it. So that could be a good thing. Now if you're doing affiliate marketing, you could come in and you can look at these and you can see what's popular. So that could work in your favor to find out research and see what's popular. But I'm going to put this under supplements for now. So we'll go health and fitness supplements. So next what I did is I popped my title in here, and I'm getting this right from my document where I created my article, and you should have that saved now, so you can just copy and paste this stuff in. And that's a reason why you want to keep this in a document, because not only can you do this to eZine Articles, but you can copy and paste this into multiple article submission directories. But if you're only going to do one, eZine Article is definitely the one to do. It's a really great resource. They've also got a little thing here for get title suggestions. So if you're not good at writing titles, they've got a little tool that'll help suggest them. So anyway, I pasted the title, I pasted my summary, which is the beginning of my article as well. So pasted the article in here, and it actually includes the summary. So it looks like I've got an extra couple spaces there. I'll take those out. So my article is in there. And notice in the tags here, you cannot use the HTML tags for a link. So you don't put links in the body of your article. Now down here, keywords, and it's got keyword suggestions. So this is really cool. You can just click these and it'll pop them in there. So I'll put 3 good keywords in there. And then the resource box. this is where your links go. This is where you can actually paste links in here and get those hot links coming back. And usually what I'll do one link for the main keyword like hemorrhoid treatment. That's going to be in the link. And then I've done another link for the actual website address. So I like to put them both in there if you can. So go ahead and do that. And then at the end, you have to click yes, I agree. And then you can either preview your article, you can submit it, or you can save it as a draft if you want to come back and work on it later. So we'll just go ahead and submit this article. And then a short time later, the article will actually show up on eZine Articles in their directory. And once it's in their directory, now's the time you start throwing links to it, and you can get this article indexed in Google almost immediately by putting links to it. Now Google is also on eZine Articles looking for new stuff continuously as well. So if you even don't do anything, this is going to show up pretty quickly. But anyway, you can see there's our title, there's our article, and here is our anchor text links. So hemorrhoid treatment links directly back to our page, and here's the other one, links directly back to our page for two separate keywords. So that's really cool. That's the way you get incoming links from your articles. Now the next thing you want to make sure you do before you leave here is you want to copy the address out of the address bar up at the top and paste that into your document so you can come back and you can use that in the next thing where we're going to link to it. So make sure that everything that we submit this week, you make a copy of where the pages show up, because this is your actual page on eZine Article, and this is what we're going to link to. And since this page links back to your home page and we're going to put links to this, we're going to make this page even more authoritative. And then that authority of the link going from here back to you is going to be increased. So we're going to take this whole linking strategy and we're really going to put it on steroids. So if you do this, you are going to be so far ahead of what most people do as far as what they consider SEO, you're going to blow them out of the water. So that's pretty much it. Just remember, after you get your article submitted, to go ahead and copy that link at the top of the actual page address, the URL for this article page on eZine Article. And next, I'm just going to give you a real quick tip here. If you want to expand your efforts, I know we're doing this as a 30-minute SEO thing, but if you want to get a little more aggressive and you want to expand your efforts, let's go back over to our article marketing guide that I've supplied for you. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this guide, you'll see that there's a list of article directories. And here's eZine Articles, but you'll notice there's a whole bunch of other ones. And this is a bunch of other article directories that you can go ahead and put your links to. And I kind of separate them. I put the real top ones up here at the top, and then I've got even more article directories, and there's a whole bunch below here. So you've got those, and then there's also article announcement lists. Now I put these in here just for a reference guide. I don't particularly use these, but some people do. Some people that are really into article marketing, they'll go ahead and use these lists to announce their articles. So that's available to you if you want to delve into that level. I don't, but I just wanted it to be there for you just in case you wanted to take it to that step. So you pretty much have everything you need here to go ahead and send your article out, submit it. If you want to go more than one, be my guest. The more the merrier. Just remember, each one of these that you submit to, once the article is up, you want to make sure that you copy the URL where the article is actually sitting on their site. That way you can put incoming links to it. But so anyway, go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll see you in the next lesson on press releases.